I am.
Hi, good morning. So, uh, what came yesterday in your mind after the class? Uh, Swan, are you able to hear me? Hello? Swan, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's
Okay,
audible.
you were not responding, so I thought of let me mute myself and check the mic and camera once again.
Uh, no, that point of time, my net was disconnected and I had reconnected it. That's the reason.
Okay. From your side, again, I mean, which uh, communication problem is due to some network, I think. Yes, maybe.
Maybe. Actually, ma'am, I'm in another room and the Wi-Fi device is outside. So maybe that is the reason.
I hope
Is
it
it
is
fine,
okay
ma'am?
now.
Yes.
Great.
Well, I
Well,
was
I
just
was just
asking
asking
about
about
the
the
yesterday
yesterday
class.
class. So that
Hmm.
what you thought about it. I mean,
As an
as an
overall,
overall,
what's your
what's your opinion?
Yes. So overall, I think that was the startup. How we think about the HR, what exactly comes into mind when we talk about the HR activities, how like whatever I feel, whatever I have learned in my MBA during this HR course, this is all are the combination. Whatever we have discussed yesterday, that all I have read it out in my MBA course. But now things are different. Things are little bit different because now the perception of seeing these things are different now when I am there in the in the organization I have worked there. So now how I take these things, that there is a change in that, because earlier what we were sorry. So what earlier I have learned about the HR is only the theoretical knowledge, the bookish knowledge, whatever written over there. But now when I'm learning all these things, I'm able to visualize in my mind how the things would be there in the organization as well.
Yeah,
that's what.
that's what
Visualization
visualization
is
is
must.
must. Until
Until
unless you
you
cannot open your mind
clear,
clear,
you
you
cannot
cannot
broaden your
broaden your
thinking.
thinking.
It's very
It's very
difficult to
difficult to
understand how
understand
to
how
do
to
it
do it
practically.
practically.
Right.
Yes,
Right?
this is the
And
difference. I believe I have realized that earlier also I have studied about all these things, but that was something bookish knowledge. I have read it out and I have understand it. But now when again I'm reading it, but there is a difference because now I can visualize it, how in the organization these things would be there, how the structure would be formed, what exactly the structure means in the
But we
practical
never
life
never
or
noticed
in the
it
noticed it.
actually. We
Actually,
never
we never
thought
thought
about it.
about it.
yes, earlier definitely, but
Right.
now yeah,
Now
things
you
Now you
start.
in
start
this way.
opening it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Great,
great,
great.
great.
Yesterday
Yesterday
we
we
left
left
the
the
class
class
about
about
employment.
employment.
So let
So
me
let
Yes.
me
recap it
recap it to make it
for
more understanding.
when we
When
talk
we talk about employee manual
or
or employee handbook, it is an essential document for
all the
all the companies,
not
not
only
only
for
for audit
first,
purpose, but
for
for
that
that new
joiners
joiners as well
the
as the working employees who are already working in the organization have the clear picture about the organization,
how
how
they
they want to
work,
work,
what
what
is
is expected by them,
what are
what are
the
the roles and responsibilities,
and
and
what are
what are
the
the
rights.
rights. I
We
mean,
are
we are
mentioning the
mentioning
rights.
the
If
rights.
we
If
talk
we talk
about the
about the
leave,
leaves,
so
leaves
are
are
the
their
rights,
right to get it,
Right. Yes.
right?
right?
If they
If
are
they are
getting any
getting any
training,
training,
this is their
this is
right
their
to
right to
develop that,
develop them,
Right. Yes.
right?
right?
So we
So
are
we are
mentioning
mentioning
responsibility
responsibility
as well
as well as your
as right,
rights also,
Rights.
both
Mm.
way, right?
Right.
and
And
at
at the
the time of
time of
induction,
induction,
it is
it
very
is
much
very much
essential
essential
to
to
give it
give it to
the
the
employee.
employee.
Employees
This is
Right.
employee's
ask
right to
about
ask about the employee manual,
Mm.
right?
and
And if sometimes happens that you don't have the good copies, right? Then what will happen? Then you can give the photo state about it
or
or
the
the certain copies through email, so
that
that
Mm.
they
they
Mm.
have
have
the
the
proof
that
that you have already hand
over
over
them
them the list of
the
the policies which are
Policies and
implemented
regulations.
throughout
throughout
the
the organization,
organization,
right
right
from
from
top
top
to
to bottom.
Yes.
right.
Right. I mean,
On
on
certain
certain
policies,
policies,
companies
company is not going to compromise.
these are
These are
external.
external. I mean, these are the government
Yes.
mandatory.
Government
Yeah,
policies.
this
Yes.
is
Mandatory
mandatory not only for the employees,
it is
it is
for
for employer
employer.
also.
Suppose
Suppose
employer
employer
doesn't
doesn't give
salary well
salary
in
well
time.
in time.
Mm.
So it's the duty of
So
the
it's the
employer
duty of the employer to give the salary in time, whatever the days decided by the
government.
government
Top
itself.
management. Yes.
Right.
So
So if he doesn't or if he fails, so
there's
there is a
the
penalty for the employer also.
similarly,
Similarly, if
an
an
employee
employee
does
does anything indiscipline,
Mm.
so
right? So that indiscipline cause will be the punishable.
that
That
cost
cause can be anything.
So these kind of regulations and rules are decided from the government side only, or
Few
the
of the,
management.
I mean,
say
say
about
about the
the
compliances,
mandate
mandatory
of
compliances,
right
right? ESI, PF, bonus,
Mhm.
gratuity,
leave,
leaves,
working
working
Mhm.
hours, and welfare. All these are by the government decided, right? As per the designation or as per the slabs. I mean, about the worker, if we include the worker also,
we have
we have the
the right
worker right from the unskilled to
and
semi-skilled
then
and then skilled worker.
they
So
wear
they vary in
different
different
slabs.
slabs.
Similarly,
Similarly,
white collar
white collar person, white collar
employees
employees
also
also
designated
designated in
different
different ways,
right.
right?
So,
So,
but
but
a
a
few
few
things
things,
and
I mean, few
apply
compliances are
mandatory at the
mandatory at the
percentage
percentage
according to
according
their
to
base.
their basic salary.
These are the
These are
flat
the flat, right?
like
Like
yes,
ESI.
yes,
ESI
deduction
deduction will
on
be on
kind
what
of
kind of a salary,
and the
and the
percentage
percentage
is
is same
either for
either
the
for
white
the white
collar
collar
worker or
worker
for
or
a
for a blue
Other.
collar
Hmm.
worker.
the
The
percentage of
percentage of
bonus is
bonus is
also the
also the same,
Okay.
right.
So
right? We
that
cannot discriminate.
percentage. Hmm. So that percentage has to be decided from the government side only.
Yes, that's
Yes, that's
already
already decided by the government side. So this is bound
for the
for the
employee,
employer,
right?
right?
And for
And for
employees,
employees, it is
both
bound
work
to work into
systematic
systematic way,
way.
in a
Hmm.
disciplined way,
Hmm.
right?
Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you here something about which is a part of IR, but I think it is going to give you more clarity on that.
Every
Every
organization,
organization,
whenever
whenever
an
an
employer
employer wants to
start,
start
they
and they want to get it registered through the government of their local
Hmm.
uh,
office, right?
office, right?
They
They
Hmm.
do need
pay
to make a
your
your standing orders,
right.
right?
Now, what
Now,
is
what is that standing order? Is a
from
performer
on
on
Okay.
which thing the organization is going to run. I mean,
certain
certain
criteria.
criteria.
If it
If
doesn't
it
meet up
doesn't meet
by
up
the
by
employee,
the employee,
that comes
that
under
come
the
under the punishment,
Okay. So that set of
right?
areas is already been decided from their
Yeah,
Yeah,
contract.
the day first.
You can
You can
amend
amend
it,
in between,
right?
right?
But
But
at the
at the
starting
starting
stage,
stage,
you
you
need
need
to
to
give
give
them
them the at the
the
standing order when you are going to get the registration number for your business license,
Okay. Okay.
right? Suppose
company
some company says one employer has the practice that on Diwali nobody is going to get the gift from the vendors. If it
Okay.
is so, that will come under the disciplinary, right?
Okay.
If he hasn't mentioned in the
in the
standing order,
he
he
cannot
cannot punish. Management
Okay.
cannot punish to that employee.
Okay.
You got my point.
Yes.
So most of the things are already mentioned at the time of registration of your business license into the
Okay.
standing order, so that
Okay.
the government will also, I mean,
the
now the
government
government has the right to
add
add
on
on
or
or
to
to
delete
delete something
something
out of it.
Okay. So government would be giving you the approval on whatever set of rules and
Exactly,
regulations
the
you
approval under
think
certain points, if they find it is okay
something
with,
to be amended, they can do. Like government
yes,
can amend it.
they
Okay.
can instruct the employer to change it,
Okay. So
right?
this
They
is
simply
these
give the
standing orders.
instructions.
These standing orders are also there in that employee manual.
no.
No,
Or
but
Our
our
policies will
policies
depend
will
on
depend
that
on the
standing order.
standing orders,
okay. Okay. Okay.
Our
our
external
external
So
policies.
say,
Say,
talk
if I
these
talk about certain
penalties, right?
penalties, right,
Under
under
the
the
disciplinary
disciplinary issue
or
or domestic
inquiry,
inquiry,
right?
right? So you should have that record that what you have already mentioned into the standing order. Simply taking a gift from the vendor may not be, for some companies, may not be the disciplinary problem, right? But some people, some management, they says it is
no,
against my this thing, ethics, business
policy.
ethics,
Ethics.
right? So this is again depend upon the employer,
what
what they mention into the standing order. This is the simple here. I want you to give the clarity. Basic, once you are going to make a employee manual, so you keep all these things in mind.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Right. So our employee manual is basically having the um, your
Vision and
policies, strategies, different strategies, which are internal as well as
and
external, two types, right?
right.
Internal as per your requirement, as per your business, as per your market trend. It varies time to time,
Yes.
right? You can edit, you can add on it,
Yes.
right? But the government one, you just need to follow it. Employer as well as employee. This is the basic
Yes.
difference,
Hmm. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Good, good. So this is all about when we have gone through the organization structure and the company's vision
Mission and
statement,
vision
mission
statement.
statement, and the policies maker, maybe the management or the HR, whosoever is making the policies for the organization, keep it in mind. What is my company vision?
Hmm.
What is my mission statement? Right?
What
What
I
I
want
want to give to my customer?
how I
How
want
I wanted to interact with my employees. Say some management, they say that they believe in the 100% transparency in the communication.
that can be
That
the
can be
mission.
the mission. I mean, mission can be anything.
Hmm.
One mission, two mission,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
So the HR now to understand the mission of that company and to regulate the employees, their behavior and the policies of the internal company are made on that.
Hmm.
You got my point.
So
So
now
now today we will come on the corporate culture. though it is very, very vast. If we talk about culture, so many things comes in our mind. But basically, what we include is that is belief system, right? Values.
Yes.
Similarly, as I given the example of family also. Every family have a different belief system. Every family have a different values, right? But for everyone, we have a say. It's a common thing. Basic are the common.
Basic.
When
Yes.
our parents says, they teach us, do not lie,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Then we
That
follow throughout
we
our
follow
life.
throughout our life.
Yes.
Right.
Similarly,
Similarly, company says that to the employees that I need the person who is honest.
Yes. Hmm. So that
So
would
we are
be same for
matching with
all
the
the
same.
employees.
I mean, so
Yes.
this is their culture.
The
They are
basic.
preferring the honesty.
Yes.
But some companies, they don't bother. They say, okay, if we find anything problem, we will fire the candidate. That's it. I mean, but
Hmm.
few of the employers, the management, they focus on it. The belief systems of the company, the values, the behavior, as well as the how the management. See, now you pick up this line, how the management connect with their employees. That is much more important nowadays.
Yes.
Connectivity with the employees,
Yes.
right?
So
So
this
this
is
is
about
about
the
the initial when
when
the culture came into the market. So it
it
came
came
somewhere
somewhere
near about 1980, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
Once
our
our
sociologists,
sociologists, our
our
corporate organization researchers, they work on the organizational development programs and all. So they studied about it. It started somewhere in 1980, but in the India, it came into practice. I would like to say, came into the practice, or they realized the importance of it. At that time, it was 1990.
Oh.
Yeah. In
1990,
1990, they started realizing the importance of corporate
Corporate
culture,
culture.
and they started
Hmm.
practices, management also, and the managers also.
Yes.
But again, the percentage was very low,
Hmm.
right? Initially, with the
Initially,
time, initially with the market competition and the other practices, HR tried to convince the management how important it is to follow the corporate culture.
Corporate cultures. Yes.
And we thankful to our other companies who are the MNC companies who came to India. They hired the Indians, and they gave them the culture to work on. Then
Hmm.
we felt that difference, that what was missing in our companies.
Yes.
Right. So with as an HR, or as an, it's not only as an HR, but we are doing the HR here,
In
so I'm
general.
telling HR. But in general, if I talk about
Yes.
management,
Yes.
and firstly, management need to understand how his business will grow,
Yes.
why their employees are assets,
how to retain their
how to retain their employees.
Hmm.
They have to work on those strategies.
Yes.
I mean, they cannot put the gun on your shoulder and tell them, okay, by hook
You have
or
to.
crook, make people retain.
You have to.
It is not possible.
Hmm.
So whatever your strategies, how kind of a work environment.
Hmm.
So the next point in corporate culture comes on the work environment. Again, if we talk about work environment, it is very, very, very much big thing. I mean, you can
Hmm.
include your how do you allow employees to work? I mean, what kind of a freedom? Is that a
Hmm.
freedom of communication? Is that an
Yes.
open door policy?
Flexible timing.
Right?
Anything can become that depend
Anything.
upon organization to organization what they count in the work
I mean,
environment.
it's a wide practice, yes.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a wide practice. Say about, if
Yes.
I talk about the number of working hours, right?
Hmm.
Though from government it is 8 hours are
Yes.
mandated to work for an employee.
Work.
But Don't you think that there are few employers, they give them the relaxation? So this is their practice.
Practice. Yes.
Government is not going to give punishment. Government has made some rule. Okay, इतना करना, इतना employment होना चाहिए, working होना चाहिए. But as an employer, I prefer my people can go home after working for 4 hours. If they have done their work within the 4 hours, no need to sit more.
Oh,
This is my practice. This is my work.
So on that part, like it's just an example that the government has decided to work for an 8 hours, and that it may be there in their standing orders or maybe in that employee manual as well, that working hours are 8, right? So maybe in a team of 10 people, there are 2-3 persons who are finishing their work in a lesser time, and the management has allowed them to go to home. So in that case, is there anybody else in that team can lie a case on that person that as per rules and regulations, it is mandate to work in the company for 8 hours, but they are leaving the organization. Maybe they had taken the permission from the management or whomsoever from their.
That is not punishable. Your question is that punishable if they go early?
Yes.
No.
Yes, because. Okay.
This is not punishable. See, this is by government that every employee needs to work for 8 hours, not more than that. If they work on more
Not
than
more than that, but
comes
yes, less than that
overtime.
can be done.
Less than that can be your practice.
Your choice. Yes.
As per your
Okay.
internal policy, if I want a new practice, right? Right. If I see my worker is efficient enough to work in 4 to 5 hours, and same output the person is not able to give in 8 hours, he may be sitting for 10 hours. So this is how you make the policy, internal policy. The persons are, or the employees who are working for the company should know how to give the time management to their work or to their productivity. Right. And see, government is not saying that you give the Saturday off, but we have the practice sometimes. There are 5 days a week also. Isn't it? We are following the rules by government, no doubt, but still, if the employer wants, right? There is a choice of the employer. He wants to give relaxation, can give relaxation.
Okay. So in that case, we have to take some prior permission from the government authorities that maybe in that.
No, we have to mention in the policy. Obviously, if they will come for the audit and they will check. You can say that our company is practicing in this way.
No, because maybe like they had permitted to work for 6 days. There is no Saturday off, but we are practicing it. So we have to put that thing in that employee manual as well. Like as per government rule, it is like external factor. It is that
government made the rule that employees should not disobey.
Okay.
If employer wants 8 hours, means 8 hours. Right? That rule is for that. But if employer wants to give any relaxation from his own wish, he can.
Okay, so government says like this usually.
This is government 8 hours are mandatory to work for an employee. Right? But for my better connectivity, like a family, if I wish that my employee can finish the work well in time in 5 hours or 6 hours. Right. But here now what we are fixing the performance criteria.
Okay.
Right. If you are not giving performance and you are doing the working hours very less, I mean you are putting the work time before time, but the performance is not okay, then company will not allow you. So this will be the all internal working practices. So here
in
in internal
this
this thing, you have the practices. How do you want to work within the organization?
Mm. So I think
Like so,
whatever internal factors or internal rules and regulations the HR would be making, that has to be like definitely
mentioned
there
in
would
the
be a connection between the external factors, and according to that they have to make the internal rules and regulations.
yes, exactly, somewhere. Say a person sits on. Some people they purposely sit for late hours,
Hmm.
right? If the
Mm-hmm.
company is giving overtime, now overtime is by the external
Okay.
government. Then if any worker, this is basically started for workers, for blue collar, not for white collar,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But staff also, white collars, they try to sit late hours. I mean, just they want to
For
get
getting
their
the
working
over.
hours.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes they sit late just to show that how working they are,
Hmm. Hmm.
isn't it? To
Yes.
leave an
Yes.
impression.
Yes.
So this is wrong practice. So you have to keep an eye on those kind of employees, why they are sitting
Hmm.
late. Are not they be able to work their fulfill in 8 hours or in 7 hours? Why they are lacking? Where they are lacking? What is the
Yes.
purpose of late
Yes.
sitting?
Yes. Hmm.
Isn't it? So all these things, I know that comes with the practice when you will do it once you start working in the organization for all these things.
Hmm.
But yes, manual teach you about the internal policy in wide areas, and which we say about, we can mention most of the policies which tells about our company's culture, organization culture,
Hmm.
right? Now, as I said about business hours, if we talk about hotel industries,
Hmm.
their business hours or their shift timings are late, right?
Hmm.
They're doing in hospital, they are doing round the clock duty, 24
Right.
hours, right?
Yes.
But as per rule, they are going to get the break in between,
Hmm. Yes.
right? In festival days, if we talk about your New Year time, right? Or Christmas time,
Hmm.
so big hotel stall, they have round the clock duty. They have the
Hmm.
permission from the government,
Hmm.
because this type of industry may have the long working hours,
Yes.
right? So this corporate culture have your belief system,
Hmm.
your values, your
Values.
business ethics, how you want to
Yes.
deal with the employees, how you
Hmm.
want to deal with the your client, external
Yes.
customer also. Now internal as well as external customer. Then it comes the dress code.
Okay.
That's also most important. If
Hmm.
as I said about yesterday, that people are working in different industries, right from automobile manufacturing, hotel, hospital, and all these things, or in
Hmm.
education line. So
Hmm.
all the corporates have certain kind of a dress code. Now the dress
Hmm.
code policy is the internal policy. Government doesn't say
Yes.
anything,
Huh.
right?
Hmm. Yes.
But
Yes.
your corporate culture says
Hmm.
what kind of dress you allow to your employees. You cannot allow the Bermuda t-shirts, half shirts, right?
Yes.
Or say about a big tattoo on your body, visible part on visible parts, right?
Hmm.
Or a multicolor hair. If you have this kind of a dress code in a automobile company, worker will not leave you. They will make fun of you. They will not allow you to enter in. So how that corporate culture it matches with.
Yes.
And in say about, if we talk about BPO, you are free to
Hmm.
work on
Hmm.
where whatever you want to. You are open up. I mean, this is their corporate culture.
Yeah,
But
that
in
depend upon
hospital
the work.
industry,
It won't.
right, it's totally different.
Yes. Yes.
Hotel, there are the, I mean, the airlines and travel company, they have the short dresses as per the industry norms.
Yes.
as per their corporate culture.
They
They
cannot wear,
cannot wear, the kurta
salwar
salwar or something like that, whatever we are wearing in the manufacturing units or in automobile companies, right?
Definitely.
So while making the
dress
dress code policy,
Hmm.
you have to see the corporate culture of your company.
Competitors, yes. The area you would be covering, the customers you would be dealing, and all these
Area
external
doesn't
factors.
matter much. Only the thing is
Okay.
that that is your management,
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
business,
Hmm.
right? Business trends, your client age, that
Hmm.
matters,
Hmm. Yes, client
right?
age.
See, what happens sometimes, I'll tell you practically, if you're dealing with the international client and you have a receptionist, right?
Hmm.
And if you appoint a receptionist who is from a background where the people are, just say they're shy or they are very restricted to interact with the strangers or the meeting the first time, right? And the person who came from outside is from the very free environment. They may shake hand with you, they may hug you, right? Their intentions are purely clear.
Yes,
This is
yes.
their culture. They
Culture.
don't mind it.
Hmm.
But in our company, say, oh, this receptionist, oh my God, he hugged her.
Hmm.
So our mind, doesn't match with that culture.
Yes, yes.
Oh, if your business or your business people are like that, while
Hmm.
recruiting, while hiring, you have to see the candidate whether the person can fit in your corporate
Yes.
culture or not.
Why
Why
Yes.
HR are saying
that you are
that
not
you are not
culturally fit?
culturally fit?
That
That
issues come.
issues come.
Hmm.
Say if
Say
you
if
have
you have
advertised for a
advertised for a
job,
job,
right?
right?
Hmm.
There
There is a
is
person
a
who
person
is
who is
having
having
15
15
years
years
of
of experience,
experience,
and
and the
the
another
another
person
person candidate
candidate who is 8 years experience.
but the
But the
15-year
15-year
person
person's
mindset is
mindset is
rigid.
rigid.
Yes, yes.
You do
It
not
can be
Do
the
choose
not choose
because
difference.
for a
because for a
longer
Yes.
longer
time
time
Hmm.
he
or she
or she
cannot
cannot
survive in
survive
your
in your
organization.
organization culture.
You
So
Yes.
choose
you
the
choose the
person.
person,
You
then
say,
you say,
what
what
happened?
happened?
I'm so
I'm so
sad.
sad. I'm
Very
having very good experience, but
HR,
HR, he or she
Rejected
has
me.
not
selected.
selected
Hmm.
me.
What is
Hmm.
the
What is
reason?
the reason behind? The reason
Hmm.
behind is the corporate
Culture
culture
The
we are
mindset.
looking for,
Yes,
right?
yes.
right?
So
So
while
while
recruitment
recruitment
or while
or while
hiring,
hiring,
Hmm.
whatever
whatever
the
the
behavior
behavior
skills we
skills
will
we
meet
will
up,
meet up, we'll
we'll see
see into
that
that whether the
will
person
fit
will fit
into.
into the corporate culture or not.
Yes.
So now you
So now
have
you
lot
have
of
lot of
points
points
go
to go
about.
about it.
Now,
Now,
Yes.
if
if
our
our
business is
business is
within the
within the
domestic
domestic
area,
area,
our
Hmm.
our
culture
culture
is
will be
Hmm.
different.
if
Yes.
If we're
we're
dealing
dealing
with
with
the
the
international clients,
you may
you
have
may
to
have
work
to
late
work
night,
late night,
or
Yes.
or
maybe
maybe your greeting will be different.
Yes. Definitely.
the style will be
The
totally
style will be
different.
totally different,
Hmm.
right?
Your
Your
leadership
leadership quality, I mean,
is
what is
expected
expected
from you.
from you?
If the
If the
company's
company's
mission
mission
and
is
they
that
want
they
their
want their
employees
employees to see as a
leaders,
leader,
they want
they
Hmm.
want to
to
make employee
leaders,
leaders,
right?
Hmm.
right? So
They
they
want to
want to
the
see the same
type
same
of
type of
capability.
capability
Yes.
in you.
While hiring the,
This is your
even if
first
it is on a junior level also, they will see that quality is there, because in future we have to make them the leader.
So this
This
corporate
corporate
culture
culture
have
have
so many
so
things
many
that
things you
to
have
keep
to keep it
in
in mind,
Hmm.
mind.
right?
Again,
Again,
we
if we
talk
talk
about
about
the type of
the type of cultures,
The
normally
type of,
normally
inorganic type of
type of
culture.
cultures,
okay. Hmm.
right?
So we'll
So we'll
Hmm.
take in
take it in
mind
mind
throughout the
throughout the
world we are
world we are
practicing
practicing
four
four
types of
types of
culture.
culture.
Okay.
Four type of
Four
culture.
type of
First is
culture. First
clan,
is clan,
and A
CLAN,
Okay.
C and A.
CLA.
That is
That is
clan.
clan culture.
Okay.
This
So that
clan
clan
work
work
means
means
that
that
how do
how
you
do you
want to
want
get
to get
connected
connected
with your
with your
employee.
employee.
Okay.
We
We
see
see
that we
that we
practice
practice
that
that
employees
employees
are
are
our
our
family
family
members.
members.
Hmm.
So that type of culture, when you treat your employee as a family member, so your practices will be accordingly,
Yes.
right?
If you
If you don't treat them, if you
treat
just
them an
treat them an
employee,
employee,
then
then
you practice
practice
accordingly.
accordingly.
Yes.
Your
Your
behavior will
behavior
be
will be
accordingly.
accordingly.
Change. Yes.
So why
So
that
why that
employee
employee
will
will
stay
stay
with
with you?
Definitely.
the
Employee will stay with you when you give the weightage to the employee. You treat the person as a family,
Hmm.
right, within the organization. So few
Few
companies,
companies,
or you can say now
maximum
maximum companies are
practicing
practicing this way,
plan
clan culture,
Clan culture.
CLA and
plan.
clan culture.
So
So
at that
at that
time,
time,
the
the
management and
management and the
the
HR
HR
or
or
the
the
managers,
they
they
focus
focus
on
on the
the
mentoring,
Hmm.
mentoring to their employees, right?
Hmm.
And they do maximum best things for them,
Hmm.
right?
That's
That's what
only
only
because
because
once your
once your
family
family
member
member
is
is
in
in
need,
need,
you
you
cannot
cannot
have
throw
to
the member
train
out.
Yes. You have to
You
train
help
them.
the member,
have to
you have to
train
train
them,
them, you have to guide them
and
time to time.
you have
You have to forgive also,
Hmm.
you have to give freedom also,
you have
you have to pat, you have to recognize, you have to reward.
Hmm. Yes.
So many practices.
So
So
nowadays
nowadays
we are
we are
practicing on
practicing
that.
on that,
Hmm.
right?
It's a
It's a
mixed
mixed
culture.
culture. So
Second
second
is
is
uh,
kind of a culture where we can say advocacy.
Sorry.
Advocacy means that
uh,
you're getting my point.
Advocacy.
Advocacy.
Okay.
A D H
Hmm.
O
Okay.
C R A
Hmm.
C Y.
AC.
Right?
Okay.
That is kind of a dynamic,
Okay.
dynamism, challenging,
Hmm.
entrepreneur.
So
So
Okay.
here you want your employees to see dynamic.
Hmm.
You are the people who are kind of a challengers,
Challenging. Hmm.
yeah, challenging, who have that
Taking initiative.
practice of working their own without
Yes.
instruction,
Yes.
without
Taking their
guidance.
own. Yes. Yes.
So some
Yes.
organizations are practicing this way also.
Okay.
I mean, they want their employees to take the risk,
Their own decision.
and
Yes.
they want their employee to be innovative,
Hmm. Okay.
right? So that is that kind of a culture we are practicing.
Hmm.
Third is marketing oriented.
Okay.
As the name suggests, market oriented means business,
Yes.
target,
Whatever.
result oriented,
Yes.
right? Your practices in the corporate culture where you focus on the employee's performance more,
I
right?
think focus on the results more. How they perform, they are
Results,
not bothering
performance,
that. But
obviously,
yes, what is the
targets. I
output
mean,
they
you
are
keep
giving?
on hammering, keep on hammering
Got it.
them. Performance, performance,
By hook or
performance.
crook, you have to achieve this target.
Yeah.
How you are achieving, that
So
is up
here,
to you.
I mean, you make the strategies to help them out. That's not there. But
Hmm.
your total organization culture depends upon that all the employees are continuously into the performance stage,
Hmm.
right?
Focusing on the performance
Though
and
you
output
help them
only.
through different strategies, maybe through training, maybe mentoring, maybe guidance, but at the day end,
Hmm.
you require performance
Yes.
results. The fourth kind of is hierarchy.
Okay.
Now, hierarchy itself is, you understand from top to bottom, is a structured one,
Hmm.
right? It is much controlled,
Hmm.
much focused. Now, focus on what? Focus on efficiency, focus on stability, focus on the doing the things right
on the
on the
right
right time,
Huh.
where there the control from the
seniors.
seniors.
Huh. Top
Right.
level is
The
controlling
senior
the
wants
junior.
them, I mean, to do the work with focus, with 100% efficiency, and they want them to stable in the organization, and they do the things the right way, right things at right ways.
Right.
So this is, I try to make you understand about the different type of cultures.
Cultures.
It can be mixed, it can be one also.
Yes.
It's your management choice, it's your manager and HR's choice. How do you take it up?
Hmm.
So, Swan, is there any question between that regarding this? You take a minute or so, you can think about, or you can tell me. So that we can move to the next.
So these are the parameters on which basis the companies are making their rules and regulations. We can say.
See, I'll tell you, it can be rules also,
Huh. Like whatever
right?
an
Or
employee manual or whatever the set of
always we cannot say about the rules. Yeah, setup you can say.
a setup. Yes, definitely not only the rules, whatever policies, strategies, whatever the decisions they are making in favor of
Exactly.
the employees as well as from the management side. These are the basic, it can be a route on which the further things can be decided.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is again, if you have so many friends, you see, your friends, all the families are different.
Hmm.
No one is same. No family is same.
Yes.
They are practicing according to their religion,
Hmm.
their elders' mindset, what they want. Nowadays